Okay, here's a quick demo for Apple Mac. I'm using Mac OS X. So here's my main disk, and here is my USB 2TB disk. I'm going to reformat that for Apple so I can write to it and read from it. Disk utility, the 2TB Kingston, erase 2TB, backup 3 is my disk. If I left a space in there, all the paths would end up with a %20, which represents a space, but it can look pretty ugly. Maybe we'll call it that. Yeah, anything at the top is good. exFAT will be readable on Windows or any. So we're going to go for Apple file system. Don't worry about file security. Erase. Shouldn't take too long. It's done. And then let's bring back our Finder window. And we've got a brand new disk there. So I'll make a downloads folder. Click Files, Site, and then the media bucket. You have one media bucket per disk, and the media bucket is click Files, camel case, .media, lowercase. The first thing to do is go to clickfiles.com. We'll go to Downloads. We'll go to the download guide. The first part starts on the server. We want to get the site. So we'll go to our downloads folder and the media. Downloads folder. So these are all just the same, just different countries, different servers. And they're available on the general servers too, Kufa, Google Drive, in the download folder. There are those same 3 files. So let's see what we got. I can right click, open with archive utility, or I can just double click and it'll open up another window. Copy everything underneath the folder or just the root folder. So I'm going to copy the root folder into my site folder. We've got a site. So I'm going to open up the home page. Use Firefox. Alright, so no longer HTTP, it's file. And there's the volume, there's the volume name that we gave it. Click File Site, that was the directory we made. So now that that's running, you could give this memory stick to anybody as is. Shortcut to the guide. So we've done step 1, which is the site. We've done step 2, which is the media, but we haven't put it in the right position. We haven't unzipped it yet. So back here, the media was in this one. The posters, what I mean by them is, that's a video poster. This is a video thumb. It's a smaller image. And these are all video thumbs. I wonder if it's using the local or the web. Well, if you right click on it in Firefox, you can say open image in another tab, and you can see that it's a HTTPS. So it's a web, it's coming off the web. Alright, anyway, let's, I'm going to double click on that to open it. There it is. So there's the posters and the thumbs, and I'm just going to drag that video folder into the media folder like that. And now if we go back to here and I refresh that page, so the page itself is running off the local directory. This thumbnail here, open in new tab, you can see that that's now file running off local directory as well. So all these thumbnails are all running locally. Good, that's a good start. And if we did a test, did a scan for posters and thumbs, so they're all found, we get a big green OK. So those two steps are done. So now we move on to video. So those two are done. Clips is the second one. That's Jonathan's camera videos and music videos and so on, news videos. And then all his main videos are in these year folders. These things, that's where they're expected to be. Just video in the year folder. And we have to download them from one of the servers. So on the servers, it's the same directory structure. Our video, there's all of our year folders. If I right click the whole folder, I can download that entire folder. Pretty fast. That's done. Video, what was it, 2010. Make sure we're downloading to the right spot. USB stick, downloads, save. We've jumped right down here to this old 2010 folder. So that looks like it's finished. So we jump back here to our download folder. There it is, video 2010. Yep, and there's all the videos that came down. So that can go directly into our video folder. We might as well do a check. If we do a scan, most of them aren't found, but 14 of them were found. They're the ones we just installed. So can we test that? Well, we can test it. If we go to videos 2010 and open up any of those, notice that it's instead of defaulting to YouTube, it's now defaulted to the Collect Files tab, which means it found it. If you right click and say open video in new tab, you'll see the path. So you'll see it doesn't say HTTP anymore, it says file. So anyway, you work through all the buckets and gradually download them all. So we'll leave that. I haven't got the bandwidth to download it all anyway. The next bucket is audio. The bucket name is video_mp3, and all the folder names are the same as the video, but they're mp3 versions. And then on the second tab, there's audio Bible, New Testament and Old Testament. So you work through those the same way as you work through the videos. We'll skip that for now. And the radio, much the same. You get the idea about going through these. Now, show notes is a different kettle of fish. So because there's so many small images, so it says there's 90,000 images, but there's thumbs and middle images and large images. Some only have two, maybe thumbs and large. So you can almost triple that to find the total number of images, but we only check, I think the large images, we just check the large images. So the checks if the file's not there, the checks are pretty fast, but even so, that's going to take. If you want to cancel that, you just close this box here, and you can see they have 3 folders: thumbs, resizes, and the large ones are albums. You can see them there. That's what they look like. Shall we download one of those? Let's go to our 3 buckets. There's show notes and gallery 1, gallery 2, and these are archives. So these are all zips. There's just 5 zips there, and well, let's download, I think that's the smallest. Yep. Download. Let's jump back down. The G2 folder, there's much more than 5 zips. There's 27 zips. They all range from 1, 2 or 3 gigabyte. But you have to download them all, and then it'll become obvious where you unzip them to. These archives, if we go to clickfiles.com, gallery 2, and it's slow because it's downloading all this stuff at the same time. So if we scroll down on the left hand side, see all the archives? So at the moment you've got this familiar directory structure, table of contents, and if we go down to something really old like August 2023, it loads it. So now we're at August 2023. It looks very different. The Olympics. You don't have to have it. And your radio won't change. Radio is fixed. There's no new radio shows. But there are new videos, new audios being made all the time. Show notes, you know that there's going to be new show notes. So that's still a lot of images being thrown into. Gallery 1's fixed. That won't change. That doesn't exist anymore, apart from in click files. And then gallery 2, that's going to keep growing until the church goes home. This is optional. You can get that down if you want to have those that time machine archive type of feature. Radio won't change. Once you've got the concordance, that won't change. That's pretty much fixed.